Welcome back and thank you for joining us and staying tuned to Daybreak on Trust TV. Now we move straight ahead to our interactive segment where your voice matters. Do well to call in and share your thoughts this morning. So today we're going to dive into a topic that has sparked debate across Nigeria. State creation, is it a need or a want? Now, Nigerians' journey in state creation began in 1963 with the establishment of the Midwest region. The most significant restructuring occurred in 1967 during General Yakubu Gowon's regime, which split the country into 12 states to address ethnic and regional imbalances. Now, this was followed by further divisions in 1976, 1987, and 1991. Culminating in the current 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Now, each state was created with the hope of bringing government closer to the people, promoting development, and addressing feelings of marginalization. But beyond the politics, what does this mean for everyday Nigerians? For some, the creation of a new state could mean better access to schools, hospitals, jobs, and local infrastructure. For others, it could bring higher taxes, stretched resources, or administrative confusion. Recently, proposals for 6 new states have stirred debates across the country. Some communities see it as a long-awaited opportunity to finally have their voices heard, while critics worry about whether Nigeria can sustain even more states. That's where you come in as our viewers this morning. We want to hear from you, people whose lives could be directly impacted by these decisions. Are new states a solution to equality and underdevelopment, or are they more of a political dream than a real necessity? Pick up your phones and join the conversation. Let's hear from you this morning. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. Truly, do we need more states, or do we truly need more states, or what we have on ground, is it enough for us as a country? Hauwa, what is your take on the creation of, adding up 6 new states in Nigeria?
You know what I always say, it's always a double-edged sword when it comes to these kind of issues. A lot of people would have an issue with state creations due to the fact that it might bring about different challenges. And, concerns exist, especially when it comes to having border clashes and border disputes as well. And aside from that, the Nigerian would ask, how is the federal government supposed to be able to fund for these new states? Isn't it going to stretch the resources of the country? And aside from that, is it legitimately what is needed for the country?
All right, we have our first caller. Hello, good morning, Shatima. Thank you for calling in this morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Maimuna.
Good morning.
Good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning, Shatima.
Good morning, Trust TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shatima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Shatima. Go
ahead
with your thoughts.
Honestly speaking, to me, I do not see any reason for creation of any other state henceforth, because the one that were in existence, to me, some they have become burden because they cannot generate revenue to catch up for their administration. They always depend on the federal allocation. And we have a lot of challenges now. We need our income to fix certain things. We're supposed to fix our security first, to boost our education sector, to revive our health sector. There are so many things that we need to fix it. Talking about creation of more states, to me, is a diversion of citizens' mind to somewhere else. This also is a politics. Truly, honestly speaking, the 36 states that we have, it is more than enough. Why can't they talk of creation of more local government? If at all you want people to benefit out of the resources of the nation, local government is more closer to the people than creation of a state. All these politicians that they are yearning about creation of the state, they are doing it for their own personal motive, because they have become irrelevant in the state where they are, because some people they have covered them, they have become a blockage for them to become more relevant in that state. So they are looking for a state where they can dance their tune. It's not because of the interest of the nation or the development of that society. To me, honestly speaking, I am not supporting the creation of more states. Let us maintain the one that we have. Let us revive them. Let us build them more, so that we can forge ahead. By the time we solve all our internal problems, security that disturbing each and every one, and every geographical location we have security problems. Let us piece our security post. Let us revive our agriculture. Let us concentrate on our education, to provide our youth with education, coupled with skills, hand skills, vocational training and skill acquisition, so that by the time we fix our country, then we should look at ahead what to do next. Maybe we can create more things we can we can go ahead and do. But now is not the time, to me, honestly speaking. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you
very much,
Shetima, for calling in. However, if you look at the 1999 Constitution, Section 8, allows for new states, but only through a multi-layered democratic process involving local councils, state assemblies, the National Assembly, and a referendum and presidential assent. Now, we have been able to see that, the first step, which is a request for a new state, must be formally submitted to the National Assembly. We have seen that, that request must be supported by at least 2/3 majority of the members of the state and the House of Representatives representing that area, and also the House of Assembly of the states concerned and the local government councils in the area demanding the new state, meaning that, this proposal needs a broad political backing at all levels before it is being exactly, there are steps to it. And then the last, of course, which is the agreement or the signing from the president, agreeing to when all of this process has been carried out duly, and agreeing to the fact that the states should be created. But what we should be looking at is we have our next caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Magudu.
Good morning, Dr.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Thank you. I think my friend Shetima has said it all, but I have to still support his point. Honestly, Nigeria now, we don't need more state creation. People that are violent these state creations, they are the politicians who are greedy people who never have any good intentions for the masses of Nigeria. Why am I saying this? Even the states, the ones that we have on ground right now, what are we, the masses, benefiting from them directly or indirectly? They are this set of greedy people that what concerns them is them and their family alone. When the state, a new state is being created now, that means we are requesting for 6 governors more. We are requesting for 3 senators from each of those states that we are expecting to be created now. We are expecting House of Rep members, not less than 7 or 8 per state. And we know how much these people are voting. Federal government resources right now, the number of them that we have. But they are proposing now to have more voting to the government so that the masses will benefit nothing. The only thing we benefit is 1,000 naira for 60 people or 2,000 naira on election day that they will give to you. They will investigate you for the next 4 years. When they will come again and campaign and this is what they will do, they will turn the money to a value. But at the end of the day, not we have, to me, the ones that we have from ground now, let us maintain it. Let them try and let masses be benefiting. Let them make things easy for us, like this one that we are trying. We still the price come down again and think for the tinubu that is out. Let there be other things that so that the masses will be happy. Let people cannot get swimming in Nigeria. I'm talking about the creation of more states. Anything without those masses. Not any benefit. Then so me for now, the statistics we have, let us maintain it. That's my take for this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paul, for calling in.
You know, Maimuna, this call for state creations is, I would say, from the perceived marginalization of the Southeast, whereby each and every geopolitical zone have 6 states. While in the Southeast, they have 5 states. So if that is the case, why not create an additional state for that geopolitical zone and move on? But the most important thing to understand is what has been done so far in the states that we have on ground.
So I was going to say that, you know, the bone of contention here that Nigerians are, you know, looking at is not the fact that, you know, the creation of this 6 states is not a good initiative, going by the reasons in which was stated and why the states should be created, you understand. But then if we're given by that most states rely heavily on federal allocations, can Nigeria really sustain and maintain, you know, the creation of this new states? We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning.
My name is Bukar Kime, calling from Damaturu, Yobe State.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
I want to contribute to this discussion.
Please kindly go ahead.
Whether is the issue of this state creation, is it a need or want? I want to say there is nothing like need, want or desire for the creation of most states in this country. Just like the former speakers have said. I want us to improve on our revenue basis. Let us improve on the living condition of our people. Let us improve upon our educational system, the health, the roads, and what have you, before we go on discussing these issues. Even the ones that we have, how are we going about? Let us look at our roads. Let us look at our educational system in some of the states. We always have crisis. What I just saw in one of your news this morning, that the resident doctors in some states are at the national level are trying to go on strike and what have you. So instead of creating more steps to create more problems, why not? Why can't we continue improving the ones that we have? So it is only on this condition that maybe after 10 or 15 or 20 years that we desire to or need for the creation of more states. This is my take. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that. Maimuna, pointing out what you made mention earlier about how the revenue of the country is going to be stretched, how that is going to be managed if those states are created. And one would beg to ask, is it truly for the betterment of Nigeria, or is it just politically motivated? That is one question that a lot of people want to answer. How is this benefiting Nigerians? Because no matter what you do, no matter what decision is being taken, it has to be for the betterment of Nigeria and Nigerians at large. But when this is done, how is it going to translate in actuality? How will the dissection happen when it comes to bringing out or creating each state from each geopolitical zone? And aside from that, how are you supposed to fund that? And then where are you starting from?
It's really, the creation of this state is really a complex and difficult issue to start with, because from the process to creating the states and what have you, it's really, really cumbersome. But just like you rightly stated, what we should be talking about at the moment is, if we get to create the 6 states, what will be their contribution to the development, Nigerians' GDP, the economy? Is it that we're going to add up, you know, to the already existing problems that we have on ground with other states that we're yet to resolve, and bringing in these new states? Well, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think we lost that caller. Do well to call back. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. Would love to hear from you this morning. Kindly share your thought. What do you think about the creation of the 6 new states? Is it a need? Is it a want? Is it what we really need at this particular time as a country? Hauwa?
I believe there's another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Hauwa, and good morning, my lovely sisters who are wonderful this morning.
Good morning, Abasinkon. Thank you for joining us this morning.
All right, this is Abasinkon calling from Gombe State.
All right.
Sincerely speaking, the headline of the topic is very, very unique. Going straight to the point, do we actually need it? We've been discussing it on this platform. We don't need it. Shetima has said it from Borno State. Paul has said it from Benue. And several other good speakers have also presented their result for not wanting a state. Personally, myself, I don't need a state. How many local government do we have? We have 774 local governments. We need to improve upon it. Add more local government and then build infrastructure. We have a state in Nigeria where Adamu was situated. That project has been abandoned. That project was supposed to give us light. And then, is there light? Is there water? With the introduction of Kanchi Dam, it would have generated more light for us, giving us water. But that has not, we have not felt the impact. There are a lot of abandoned projects. Go to all the states, you see a lot of abandoned projects. Yesterday I was listening on your television station where Taraba, the incumbent governor, has abandoned the project, laudable project, his predecessor, he was trying to bring up. He abandoned them. Look at the water project. He left it. He left it. And he's creating roads. Not that road is not good, but you have to finish the other project. Now, I also want to add that May 27 May 1967, that was when Gowon now deemed it fit that there should be state creation. And that was when state was created. Abacha came in and then added 36 states. Formerly, we were operating on a republic, 1963. That was when we had a republic. But this issue of state creation should not be our paramount problem. We have security to handle. Creating more states means that security has to be beefed up because you see a lot of infiltration. All these Boko Haram will also be infiltrating. You also have armed robbery. You have kidnapping. So by the time you create more local government, just like my brother Shetima said, then we have less problem to face. And then inject money in education, inject money in security. Look at now, this morning I listened to your TV station. Doctors are going on strike again. Police went on strike. Retired police went on strike. Retired soldiers went. Why can't we settle these people? Personally, myself, I'm not happy. I'm a retired security officer. How much am I paid? After putting on effort in ensuring that this country is at peace, then I'm treated as a nobody. God save us all. Thank you, Trust TV. Thank you, Nigeria, for the opportunity you have given us. Trust TV, I really appreciate. Wonderful people, sweet people.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much. You know, this is one thing that Nigerians would ask. There are lots of things bedeviling the country. There are lots of lapses that need to be looked at. But that should not be a priority. We have a healthcare system that is still subpar, on a subpar level. Education, we have insecurity that's bedeviling the country. We have each and every sector on a subpar level. That should see something about what is going on in the country. And putting our priorities straight and putting our ducks in a row. Let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you, Mr. Paul, calling back again.
Thank you for calling back,
Mr. Paul. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask a question because this state creation that we are discussing, I think this is existing state that are going to bring all those states we are talking about out. So I want to ask, is the federal government going to reduce the allocation of those states that they are going to bring these states out of them, or they will still be maintaining that amount of money that is being given to them as an allocator for the federal cost? That's my question. I don't know if anybody can provide an answer for that thing.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Paul. With this question, it's quite interesting.
It is interesting.
These states, are they going to be created from the existing states or from the existing states in different geopolitical zones? And are these funds the states? For example, let's say we have Kano State, and another state is being created from it. Is the revenue going to be, federal allocation going to be split for those states that state that has been created from Kano State, or is a new allocation going to be put forth for that new state?
These are the issues that we need to ask. The questions we need to ask before they proceed in creating the states. Coming back to the states that we have and the local governments, the local government area councils that are being that are on ground at the moment, do they even have access to basic needs, the basic necessities, like you rightly stated: education, good roads, healthcare, a better life, security. We are having a lot of issues in front of us. Now, this should not be the basis in which we should sort out the issues that we have on ground. We should set our priorities straight. We should pay attention and find the lasting solutions to the issues that we have on ground, and not try to pile up new problems and add them to the already existing ones.
Absolutely.
Because the creation of the 6 states is going to take a toll on the country. It's a strenuous one, Hauwa, honestly.
That with the debt that Nigeria has at this point, that should not be
the problem right now. Absolutely. So the phone lines are still open. We'd love to hear from you this morning. Your contribution matters as a citizen of the country. We want to find out from you, what really do you think about the creations of the 6 new states? Is it a welcome development? Is it what we need at this particular point in Nigeria? You can also send us a WhatsApp message, just so in case you cannot get through to us this morning. But then we have some WhatsApp messages this morning. We have a message from
Haruna John, and he says, my name is Haruna John. I'm living in Abuja. Regarding the state creation, is a need because it will bring more generation of taxes and building more schools, hospital, creating more road, etc. That aside, but then at the end of the day, generating more taxes. I would say you're dividing the state, so
we are exactly
that are still in that other state. All right, let's take another.
All right, we have another message this morning from Kabir Mohammed from Mina, Niger State, and it says, "Good morning, Trust TV. In my candid opinion, creation of more states in Nigeria should take a backseat to addressing pressing issues like security, healthcare, education, and infrastructure. With limited resources, prioritizing the welfare and basic needs of the masses is more practical. Instead of creating new states, efforts should focus on efficient governance, local development, and improving the quality of life for Nigerians."
All right, thank you very much, Kabir, for that. All right, let's take another message. We have Nandi Betty from Ogoja. It says, since the collapse of regionalism after the 1966 military coup, states creation has been the vehicle that brings governance closer to the citizens. Even as the 1999 constructional provisions make it so cumbersome for one to be created, state creation is provided for in the Constitution, and it is right for any group of people to request for one. Agitations for new states come from sections of the country as a result of marginalization, bad governance, and self-actualization. Ogoja, for instance, remains the only province in the history of this country that has not been made a state. But can the economy sustain additional states? Be that as it may, truth remains that the clamor for state creation is both a need and a want. All right, thank you, Nandi Betty from Ogoja.
Hello?
All right, we have a caller on the line. Good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sonny. I'm calling from Niger State.
Thank you for calling in this morning.
Yeah.
All right, can you please turn down the volume of your television set so that we can hear you well with no feedback?
Okay. I'm calling because I want to make a little contribution regarding to this state creation.
All right, go ahead.
You see, with the state creation, that will make every sensible individual in this country to know that we are in peace, no marginalization. Like fact is, if you're telling that the one that will ask question, how are we going to get the money? When it was 12 states, we created states. We know how we did it. When we had or whatever we call it, states, till reach this stage, we still have the way we share revenue. Someone was talking of hospital, roads, this and that. Yes, in the existing states, there's hospital. In the existing caps, I would say there must be hospital. So the only allocation, how we have been doing it before, the allocation should go to them. So the revenue for the foundation account, they should give it their own. So as long as they have not get the money, is it for the existing state? No. We have been doing it before. We know how to do it. So we are marginalized. Like the Southeast are 5 states. Another have 7 states. How do you consider this? How do you think that those who with 5 states will be happy with the 7 states? Now, for example, those have 7 states. They have more senators in the House, more House of Representatives in the House, more local government. But those with 5 states have lesser ones. So for us to be fair to each other, those that have 5 states, the other ones, I don't talk of the 7 states. So how to get the revenue? We have a system. We have the system how we get revenue to sustain any state or local government. Please, let us not play politics too much into this kind of a thing. I know those who are they should leave this because they are satisfied. Most of us are not satisfied because of the 5 states. We are not happy. Being in 5 states, other people are being 7 states, 6 states. That's imagination. You cannot let people every angle of their life. Give us 1 state to make others want. The other one 6 states. Make us 6 states. Forget about the one of 7 states. Give us more local government. Please, that's my contribution. We stop playing politics that if they're going to give us the legally give us states. If they're not going to give us, just let us go to politics. How do you get the money? How do you get the money? What is it today? Nigeria is not poor. But we have poor leaders. We have poor, those leaders that don't even think of me and you. We have the money. Please, thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you for calling in this morning and sharing your thoughts. I mean, every Nigerian is entitled to their opinion when it comes to matters like this, where you have, states with just 5, they would definitely come out to tell you that they're not excited with it. They would want, a balance at the end of the day so that every state will be on the same level.
We'll have a balanced representation as well. All right, let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Am I on the phone?
Yes, you are. Good morning.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Adamu. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, regarding to your creating more states, for me, that's not what Nigerians need right now. That's very unfortunate. Most of our representatives in the House of Assembly and Assembly are not there for the interest of the masses. If they are actually there to represent the interest of the Nigerians, they should not talk of thinking of creating more states. When the one we have not been properly managed. But still want to create more. You have had effective management of what you have at hand before you think of expanding it. So you keep work on their sensitive interest and their corrupt attitude that they have. Because the more you create more, the more expensive that the Nigerian government will spend. It will not work out the state government, the local body, I mean, the state government, the House of Representatives, and the National Assembly, all these are expensive, unnecessary expenses. What we need to think is about how can we solve our immediate problem, especially the security. When the security problem is being solved, then we somehow be able to be in the various funds, in the various funds, to contribute our hungry land and give us enough food. A lot of people are dying of hunger in this country. Most of the farmers cannot farm. And most of the government are budgeting on the agriculture are still end up in the pocket of the politician, not in the real farmer. The real farmer who are on the farm that are laboring day and high, so make sure you and high get enough food. I'm not being allowed because of this insecurity. A lot of the roads, we don't have road facilities. That the flat problem is there. A lot of local small enterprises that want to drive, that are driving their community system are not driving because there's no enough facility, there's no facility for them to drive their system. These are the area where I expect our representative, the so-called House of Rep and the National Assembly to look into. The problem of life should be resolved. When they solve the problem of life and the problem of security, at least 50% of this nation is solved. Every other thing will follow. Nigeria are hard-working people. If you want to just make little for the government, they will do the rest by themselves. Because Nigeria are not expecting much. All what we need, create an environment for the small scale industry to drive. People are more creative, they have a lot of ideas, but they cannot do because they don't have enough money. Look at the subsidy. The subsidy is federal government is subsidy because it is what we need in this country for our economy to grow.
All right.
So,
all right, thank you very much for your contribution. Now, I believe that is all we have for this segment. Thank you to all the callers that called in and shared their thoughts and opinions. As always, your voice does matter right here on Trust TV. We'll be going on a quick break. When we come back, we'll be stretching this discussion and we'll be talking about these state creations and the importance, I would say, or the reasons behind these. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back.